Two things that I've seen here in Jogja and I've never seen anywhere else. The largest touristic district here in Jogja.
Tea, black tea, Indonesian tea, what tea you have?
Java tea.
Java tea.
Trainer's first time in Yogyakarta in Indonesia. So in this YouTube video, I want to tell you my first impressions about Yogyakarta and about Indonesia in general. So we are in Java right now. This is how this island is called, and Yogyakarta is an important center, cultural center on this island. So we are going to visit this island for a few weeks, 2 weeks to be more specific, and I'm going to give you in this YouTube video my first impressions. I'm going to tell you about the prices in here, about how to get around, the safety, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite places. Let's go! Right now we are on one of the most important streets here in Jogja, if not the most important one in Jogja, which is a highlight of the city. And this one is Jalan Malobo or Malioboro Street. And you can see here that there is only one way to go, and there are so many interesting means of transportation. What I also find unique about Jogja is that here you will see a lot of these, a sort of a bike, a scooter, more like a scooter, combined with a cart, so that in the back the driver is driving the scooter, and in the front there are the tourists staying and visiting the city. In this street is home to the largest touristic district here in Jogja, as it has so many shops, and in the night it's crazy. The streets get filled up with people who are buying souvenirs, who are shopping here, who are taking these carts to explore more, or who are simply walking around or playing chess. It's so unique. And the name of the street is also used for the streets around, so that this becomes a whole neighborhood who is called Malioboro. There are a lot of ice cream shops, and you can see that right behind me there is a huge gelato shop, and next to our accommodation you can also see one. And there is something else I want to talk with you about. So you can see that there are some scooters parked. There is a huge parking for scooters, and it's kind of interesting because scooters can fit anywhere. And here you are mostly going to pay for parking your scooter, which means that even if you pay on the road, there are people who are going to arrange your scooters, and then you have to pay for it. And the price is not big at all. It's around 2,000 Indonesian rupiah, which is very little. But this is something interesting in here, and you will find it in most places. And let's talk a bit about the food options in here. So in regards to the food, you don't really find Western food. You mostly will find here egg-based products, which are a lot of omelets, fried eggs, a lot of sandwiches with eggs or with tuna. It's not going to be like in Bali, where you find avocado toast and avocado sandwiches, because it's not that touristic as it is in Bali. Therefore, there are not so many tourists. I think I can count the tourists I've seen on one hand since we arrived here. There are many locals, and locals coming from different parts of Indonesia, because here in Jogja there is an important cultural center, so they are coming to visit Jogja. Stop! I will tell you more about Jogja in a few seconds, but before this I have to tell you something super important. I am doing my best to provide you the best information and the best travel tips and tricks. So I don't see this like button pressed yet. If you forgot to press it, make sure you do it right now, and you subscribe to my YouTube channel for more travel tips and tricks from Asia. The second thing that I want to tell you is that right now you will most probably plan your summer vacation, because it's a time we all plan our vacations. And I have another super useful tip for you that you have to keep in mind when traveling this year. So why should you bother buying local SIM cards, wasting time and money at the airport or trying to find the best option for you when you can download them directly from their website. This is why recently I started to use this travel eSIM because it's super useful, very easy to download it on your phone and activate it as soon as you land. So this way I am saving a lot of time and a lot of money for my travels. And I am leaving you the link below so you can download it. Now let's get back to Yogyakarta. Okay, so let's talk a bit about the transportation in here in Yogyakarta. So right now we are on the scooter on Malobo Street, which is a one-way street. I was thinking a lot of times whether should I rent a scooter in here or not because I was afraid of the traffic, but let me tell you that the traffic does not compare to the one in Bali. So in Bali is a lot more crowded, whereas in here the traffic is very light, if I can say. And keep in mind that this street is one of the busiest ones in Yogyakarta. So the Malobo Street is very famous, therefore is a lot of traffic in general here on this street. So when it comes to transportation, there are a lot of options. You can also rent a scooter, you can take the bus. There are a lot of buses and a lot of trains, which is very important because you can take the train between the cities, and keep this in mind because at some point we will take the train and I will let you know everything you need to know about this. The easiest way to explore the city is by walking, especially on Malobo Street, but you can also rent a scooter. And now that it's the morning time, let's have a simple breakfast in this beautiful city, and we found this restaurant which is called Adam's Coffee and Pastry. There are a lot of pastries here, so there are many places where you can choose from. Today we are going to try this place. Let's see together what are the prices and the products that you can find. It's interesting how here they serve for breakfast rice or fried rice as well as noodles. So you will mainly find these in the breakfast menu, and actually they can serve these dishes for all meals. So these are present anywhere, anytime. And for breakfast we decided to go for an egg sandwich and pancake, which is banana pancake with chocolate. I cannot recommend them enough. The taste was exceptional, and they look simple, they are simple, but the taste is really good. And I feel like here they really know how to cook so that every meal we served so far had an amazing flavor. So the food is very delicious. Both of them were 30,000 Indonesian rupiah, which is a fair and very good price for us. And also we had 2 jasmine teas, which are very strong. In the menu you are going to see only tea, and you can choose to be hot or ice, but if you don't specify that you want it hot, it will be by default ice. And when you choose this tea, this is their original tea, which is jasmine tea.
Hello. What do you have here? Tea? Tea. What type of tea? Black tea, Indonesian tea? What tea you have?
Java tea. Java.
Java tea.
Yeah.
Ah, it's sweet or how it is?
Maybe sweet. Tawar ke apa, Bang?
But here you have 4. All of these are tea? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh no, water.
Water.
Hot water.
Ah.
Hot water.
And how much is one tea?
One tea. 3,000.
Okay, here in Yogyakarta, we didn't find any places like in Bali for a coffee shop or even for restaurants. But what we found here, it's a cold brew.
And we passed next to it by chance, and look how people are sitting here. So there are also tables with chairs, and there are also tables with soft material where you can sit. Let's try it. Let's see if it's comfortable. let's see what we ordered and how much it was. So here we have some rosemary tea, and here we have a matcha latte. The rosemary tea was 27,000 Indonesian rupiah and the matcha latte was 29,000 Indonesian rupiah. There are a few particularities of Jogja that I've never seen anywhere else. So first of all, when you park your scooter or your car, there are going to be people helping you to park or to get off the parking, so that they stop the traffic so that it's easy for you to get outside. Not that the traffic would be so intense. For example, we are right now parking here, and when we will get out, that man over there will help us exit basically. And this is so interesting because they do not ask for money, but we've seen locals who are giving money, so the locals are paying for this kinds of gestures. Two things that I've seen here in Jogja and I've never seen anywhere else. So one of them is the fact that when you are stopping at the traffic light, there are going to be bands of singers singing there. So at the traffic light, they sing. There is someone with a box. If you want to make a donation, you can make a donation. If you don't want, it's up to you. But it's so beautiful and so pleasant for you to stay at the traffic light and hear the music, because they are playing live music. And this, I've never seen this anywhere else. There is a lot of street art, meaning that most of the doors and the walls on the street are painted or are drawn with graffiti, which is very interesting, and this makes the city more alive. When it comes to unique places that we found here, this behind me is a place called Aad Juice Bar, and we are right now ordering smoothie, which is with a chocolate, granola, and protein. So we know this place for about 1 week, and we've already been here I think 2 or 3 times because they have healthy options, so I recommend this place. At the same time, related to cafes and restaurants here, I noticed that most of them are full of people working on their laptops. So whenever we want to grab a coffee from outside or eat some pastry or take a coffee with a croissant, it's interesting how they design their coffee places so that a lot of people are working on their computers there. So you can plug your laptop to charge it. You have long big tables, communal tables where multiple people work. So most of the places we've been to, I would say like 90%, 99% even of them are having people working. And this reminds me of the Philippines, where everywhere we were going in Cebu, it was full of people working on their laptops, which is very interesting and different from the concept of the cafe we have in Romania. Thank you for watching. If you like this YouTube video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Malina's Vibe, because in my next vlog, I will show you the top 3 places locals love in Jogja. See you next time.